Hello everyone. Winter is coming here in North America, so I wanted to make a video about how to keep your precious air plants alive throughout the holiday season. Basically, there are three main things you need to think about: air plant trichomes, watering, and light condition. Make sure to stick around for the last one because that's probably the main reason your air plants can't survive. Firstly, I know there are other factors with respect to the plant, but for simplicity's sake and length of this video, trichomes is a great topic to start with. So what are trichomes? Trichomes are white, fuzzy fibers on Tillandsias leaves, and it's the structure they use to absorb nutrients and water. And depending on the type of air plants you have, some have very dense and pronounced trichomes, and the others have more subtle trichomes. Two examples of air plants with dense and thick trichomes are the Tillandsia tectorum, I call them snowball plant, and Tillandsia xerographica, which they call it the queen of air plants. When you compare the two, the snowball has tiny thin leaves and the xerographica is wider and they have thicker leaves. However, both have a white appearance and feel fuzzy to the touch. This appearance trait is mainly the result of their dense trichomes. In contrast, examples of air plants with more subtle trichomes are the Tillandsia brachycaulos and babosa. These guys have greener leaves and feel smooth and more silky to the touch. I soak these air plants for about 2 to 4 hours each week. If you don't have time for that, you can always just spray more liberally. While we are on the watering subject, I want to make sure I make a quick note on humidity. Typically speaking, you want to keep your air plants in a space with about 60 to 70% humidity. Around 50 is okay, but it's barely enough, I would say. And to achieve this, it's probably best to keep them in a room or space where they can be enclosed and run a humidifier in the space because it's really hard for the humidifier to raise the humidity of an open space like a huge living room, especially during the winter. During the warmer months, keeping humidity higher is usually much easier to achieve. And last but not least, we have light conditions. During the winter time, we have less sunlight, which means that air plants would dry out slower with the lack of light. In fact, most air plants die during the winter because of rot or insufficient light. And so there are two things to consider here. Firstly, it's a good idea to install grow lights directed at the air plants to promote a little bit more light in winter times. Secondly, you might need to assist your plant with the drying process, and you can do so by adding a fan or two to help circulating the air or even directly dry the plants faster. Oftentimes, air plants rot during winter times when the plants are not dried properly and quickly enough, and there are not enough light to help them photosynthesize and use up the water and energy they absorbed. Now, with respect to trichomes, you might think because the snowballs and queens absorb nutrients faster, they need less light, but that is not the case. In fact, these wider-looking air plants require more light because their trichomes can deflect light more efficiently, so they can grow much better when given high light conditions. Of course, that's not to say the greener Tillandsias don't like light. It's just that they don't mind a little less. And typically, they don't like strong, direct sunlight, as it may scorch the leaves and leave sunburn marks. If you like the content, please consider giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing. It helps me out a lot. Happy holidays and see you guys in the next one. Bye!